Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? Welcome to my vlog, Peter's vlog. On its third year and running. Got my Coke Zero right here. My little treat for the evening. I am ready to drive and talk. I don't think this is going to be super long though tonight because I keep on saying it's going to be really, really long and then, or it's going to be really short. Or I keep on saying it's not going to be long tonight and then it ends up being like an hour. So I'm going to try to make it a little bit shorter tonight. Why, you might ask? Well, because I am finishing Lost Girls. Well, I'm not finishing. I'm like in the middle of Lost Girls, which is the Peter's Book Club Book of the Month book that we are reading. If you are bored on Sunday afternoon, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my YouNow channel, which is linked below, is Peter's Book Club live discussion. You can come and check it out. Mel and I co-host it, my good Judy Mel. And here, I gotta turn on the air a little bit. Ooh, it's hot in here. Let me turn on. My seats are vented. I'm not used to that in this car, so I'm very excited about vented seats. But anyway, we are doing a live stream for that. I finished The Devouring Great last night, and then I started Lost Girls, and I put it up. I put the review of The Devouring Great up on my BookTube channel today. If you didn't know, I have a BookTube channel, which is where I read books, I talk about books. I had a friend today, it was funny. So anyway, it's called Peter Likes Books, and it's linked below. But I was talking to a friend of mine today, and she was like, do you really have 5 channels? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, how often do you post on them? I go, well, I said, my ideal goal would be to post on all 5 channels every day. And she goes, okay, realistically, what do you do? And I go, well, realistically, I post like on my vlog channel literally every day. So that's like an hour that I drive around and I talk, or I show bits of my life. And I said, and then I usually make a video every day for my drama channel, which is called Peter Monn. And she's like, well, is that where you talk about like beauty people? And I said, well, beauty people, bigger YouTubers, YouTube drama, anything that's going on within the YouTube community that's trendy, I talk about. So kind of pop culture within the YouTube community. And then she's like, and then you have a BookTube channel. And I said, yeah, but I was posting on it every day for a really long time. And I said, and now I'm down to like, a good week is like 4 days. A sour week is like 0 to 1. But I would like to get back to at least posting 3 to 4 days a week on my BookTube channel. The problem is I've just been really reading slowly this year. And she was like, and then you read all those books on top of it. I said, yeah. And she goes, and the book that you're working on. I said, books, because I've been working on 2 books simultaneously, and she knew that. Oh my God, the vented seats are so nice. Oh my God, that's fantastic. And then she was like, okay, so those are your channels. I go, well, no, then I have the Peterisms channel, which is like I read like daily meditations on that. This is a friend of mine that's sober, so she like knows what those are. And she's like, so what do? You just read them and then that's the video? I go, no, then I kind of discuss it. And she's like, well, how long are those videos? And I said, anywhere from like 8 minutes to like 15 minutes. And I said, those I usually try to post every day because I have like a set group of people that really like those, and they either start or end their days with that, because I have so many people that like reach out to me and email me and they're like, I always start my day with your Peterisms from like the day before or whatever. And they're always like so thankful for that, and that just means the world to me. I know that channel doesn't get a lot of views, and I don't care. Like, I think the views and the subscribers are nice. Like, you know, it to some degree means like validation that people, whether they like you or they don't like you, they still want to hear what you have to say, or critique it, or praise it, or find humor in it, or you know, take them away from their daily troubles or whatever. And I've always said that I didn't understand when YouTubers are like, well, I don't make videos for that. Well, okay, that's fine. I mean, I think what people are saying is that's not the reason that I'm passionate about making videos on YouTube. I just love creating content and talking. But at the same time, I do think that if people were honest with themselves, what they would say is, yes, of course I love people watching my videos. So when I get new subscribers or I get more views, it means more people have watched it, and that means a lot to me because, you know, I put that out there in the world, and I would agree with that. Especially since I'm the one bringing it up. But that's not like the driving force, and I think that's where the confusion lies a lot, is that I've met YouTubers that it is the driving force. I've met a lot of YouTubers that it's like, I want to get the views on this video, I want to get the views, or I'm not going to, and you know what, it's interesting, it's usually, it's usually never who you would expect, you know? Like the majority of the people that have been that way to me are not people that you would guess. They're not people that have been on my channel. They're not people that like I'm associated with or friends with or have been in the past or anything like that. You know, interestingly enough, you would think that that's kind of like the MO of drama channels, but I really haven't ever heard drama channels say that. You know, like, oh, I want to get 1 million. I've never really heard that. Now, I've had conversations with drama channels where we're surprised by how much we get on a certain video, or somebody got in a certain video, or, you know, or congratulating somebody on a certain video, because we're surprised that that topic got a lot of views. But I've never really heard anybody in the drama community, honestly, and I don't talk to a lot of them anymore, but I really don't hear anybody, like I haven't in the past, and I don't now, hear people talking about it, like, for the views. It's just, that's, you know, it's more like YouTubers that are like, oh my God, I love this so much, but it's kind of like indirectly that I've heard it, I guess. It's not like anybody's ever really kind of said it to me. Well, I don't know. But anyway, so, you know, I think, I don't know if that takes away a little bit of the mystique, but I was talking about my Peterisms channel anyway, so it doesn't matter. But, like, I mean, those videos don't get a lot of views, and I don't care. Like, I enjoy doing them, and there's always at least, you know, 1, 2, 5 people in there that are like, I really needed to hear this today. And to me, that's like, you know, the thing. So I think, you know, that's the cool part of all of it. And so she's like, and then that's it. And I said, no, then I started a review channel in December. I said, that's my 5th channel. And I said, and I was doing really good until like all this, and she called it James Charles stuff. Like everybody in my personal life knows what happened because I've seen it like in real media. And they're all like, did you hear about James Charles? I'm like, yeah, I made 15 videos about it. And they're like, oh, so you know what's going on with it. I'm like, yeah, I made like 15. That's like what I make videos about on my Peter Monn channel. And they're like, oh, well, what do you, they always ask me, what do you think? And I'm like, I don't know what to think at this point. I have so many videos out about it, you know? It's like, that's about as close as people in my real life get to. No, that's not true. Tanya watches YouTube almost exclusively now, besides the Real Housewives. Like, she watches YouTube so closely. And she'll always call me and she'll be like, did you see this? Or did you see that? And whatever. And she'll be like, oh my God. But what's so funny is like something will happen and then like 5 hours later, Tanya will like call me and she'll be like, oh my God, you like need to get on this right away. And I'm like, girl, my video was up 3 hours ago. She's so funny. She's so cute. And I think she kind of likes being in the know of all of it, you know? So yeah, so there's that. And, but she was like, how do you find time for everything? And I go, well, I don't. That's why I'm not posting on all 5 channels. I wish I was. I said, you know, I said I could. I said there were days when all this stuff was going down that I was posting 3 and 4 videos on my, you know, Peter Monn channel. I said, but the thing is I said, you know, like Alex would be upstairs in bed, or he would be out for the night, or, you know, it was like going really, really long. Like I wouldn't want to live every day like that. So, but like I think I've said this on here before, I need to get on a schedule, because if I get on a schedule, then I can get everything done that I want to get done. It really doesn't take me that long to get the videos done. Like, people are just like baffled sometimes by how I do it. It's like literally, you guys, like I sit down, like really the setup takes a lot, and the uploading and rendering. It's like those are the 3 things. Like I sit down, set up my whole situation, how I want it to be, get the props I need if it's for the Peter Monn channel or whatever, get the books for my meditation channel, or, you know, like whatever, or set up my phone for Goodreads. I mean, it's like nothing that deep, you know? And then I film the video, and sometimes it takes me 3 or 4 cuts. Like I'll get into it like, you know, 5 minutes, and I'll be like, I went off on a total tangent talking about my grandma or something like that, and I don't want that in there, and I don't want to cut it out. So I'll just like, I reach over and I delete it, and I just start it all over. And then I render it. So like I have to upload it to my computer, and then I have to render it in iMovie by editing off the beginning and the end, and like inserting any pictures that I want to put in or whatever, videos. And then I do that. That usually takes me another 10 minutes. 15, depending. I mean, it could take me half an hour if there's a lot of pictures in there, but not really ever. And then it has to render. Well, that rendering takes usually 20 minutes to a half an hour, and while that's happening, I'm filming my next video, which is usually my Peterisms video. Well, then before all of this starts, I do the vlog. So I'm rendering my vlog either late at night or when I get up in the morning. Like when I take the dogs out, and after I've taken the dogs out, before I give PP his medication, I put the memory card in and I start rendering it. And then once I'm done giving PP his medication, it's rendered, and then I start uploading the vlog. So it's up, and then I just go about my errands, and it uploads while I'm gone. And then when I come back, when I remember to post it is when I post. Sometimes I'll like see on Twitter, I'll be like, I'll have thought I posted it at like 2 in the afternoon because it's been ready for that long, and somebody will tweet me and be like, "Are you putting up a vlog tonight?" I'm like, "Oh my God, did I not put up my vlog?" So I forget sometimes, so thank you guys for reminding me if it's not up till late. Usually, if it's gonna be up super late because something happens, like I'll tweet something out, like, "You guys, my vlog's gonna be really late tonight." So then, like, while I'm filming my Peter Osmond's video, I'm uploading, or I'm rendering, like, the drama video. And then when I'm done with the Peter Osmond's video, I render it while I'm uploading my drama video. And then while that's uploading, I do one of my other videos. But sometimes by that point, depending on what time of day it is, like, I'm tired, and I'm like, and this is what's been happening for the last 2 weeks. It's like, I'm really tired, I've taken the dogs out a lot, or PP's coughing a lot one day, or what, my eyes are driving me crazy because of allergies, and I'll just be like, you know what, I'm done making videos today. Like, I can't do another one because, like, my voice is, like, my throat is itchy and whatever. And I hate that because, like, I love to do it, you know? So yeah, sometimes I'll take like a break for like a half an hour, and I'll do my fueling or whatever and sit there and turn on the TV for a little bit. And then if I feel better, my throat doesn't itch as bad. The allergies are killing me this year, so it's slowing me down. I could probably get all of my videos done, like literally from start to finish, rendered, uploaded, thumbnails, the thumbnails, I'm trying to, like, if you haven't noticed, improve my thumbnails a little bit on my Peter Monn channel. So, like, you know, the thumbnails have been taking me some time. Finding pictures, that takes time, you know, all this kind of stuff. From start to finish, I could probably have all of my videos done on all of my channels, not including the hour that it takes to film the vlog at night. But I could probably have everything done in less than 3 hours. I mean, everything done and uploaded in less than 3 hours, probably, which I don't think that's a long time. And I don't edit, you know, like the jump cut. I don't love to watch videos that are highly edited like that. Like, I don't enjoy that. I enjoy watching videos where people are just talking. So for me, like, that's what I'm more attracted to watching. So I probably, you know, like, I know people spend hours and hours on editing, you know, when people are like, oh, like, some beauty influencer tonight was like, I've been editing this video since like 6 this morning. I thought, my Lord, that better be some video that you're putting out. My God. And it was tonight. It was like 14 hours of editing. And I was like, who was it? It might have been Raw Beauty Christie. No, she said, no, she was something else. She said something about, there was something wrong with, oh, there was copywritten music or something on her video that she didn't think was copywritten, so she had to redo the whole, she had to re-edit the whole video, which was gonna make it go up late. But it was somebody else that said that. It was another beauty influencer. I can't remember who it was. It doesn't matter. But anyway, yeah. I don't understand that. Like, and I've seen some videos that are beautifully edited. I really have, but I think we all know where our strengths are, and that's not mine, you know what I mean? Like, I could put 4 hours into editing one video and it would still probably look like crap, so what's the point? Like, let's just be for real, okay? I know what my strengths are not. My strengths are maybe a drama phone, you know what I mean? My strengths are not highly editing a video. And yes, I could learn. People are always like, well, you need to learn. And I'm like, my husband even says that. He's like, you should probably learn how to edit. And I go, why? So that my videos are conformed and look like everybody else's? No, I like what I do. I know what works for me, and this works for me, and I know some people it drives crazy, but this is what I do, you know? People either love it or they don't like it. And there's a million of us out there. You don't have to love everybody, but I don't know. The people that watch my videos, you guys mean the world to me. I mean, there's not a lot of people that drive around in a car for an hour, but some people watch it and like it. Apparently some of you do, you know what I mean? So, like, I was watching Rylan Adams' birthday vlog the other day, Shane Dawson's boyfriend, and, like, it was cute. Like, they're driving to this hotel, and they're doing, like, a little hotel room tour, and the whole thing was probably, I don't know, 20 minutes. I think it was 20 minutes long. And he was showing like the birthday presents that Shane had bought for him, and Shane was doing his eyebrows, like doing some makeup and stuff on him. And I was like, I need to do, like, this is how I started thinking. See, this is where it's a problem for me creatively, is I was like, this is what I need to do. Like, I need to do more of this. Like, where it's 2 minute clip here, 2 minute clip there, 2 minute clip there, 2 minute clip there, blah, 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 whatever, right? And then I was like, because I was thinking to myself, well, if that's the case, and I was doing that, you know, maybe people would be more interested in seeing a 15-minute vlog instead of an hour vlog. But I was like, so many people, like, I think at this point, like, if you've hung around this long, then I think that the majority of you out there, it's because you really do like longer vlogs that you can sit and listen to like a podcast. So if I switched it up, it would be disingenuous. It would be going against everything that I believe in about this channel, and I don't want to do that, you know? I could do some videos like that and put it up on my main channel, but I don't want to do that on this channel. You know, like, that would be more on the Peter Monn channel, and I always refer to that as my main channel, but really my BookTube channel is my first one, so I guess if I was going to call anything my main channel, but, so anyway. I was like beating myself up today because I was talking to my friend, and she was like, and you read so much, and I go, no, I'm so behind this year. And I said, I say that every year. And she goes, well, how much have you read this year? And I said, I think by the end of May, I'll have read like 15 or 16 books. And she goes, that's 3 books a month. And I go, yeah, I go, but my goal is 100. And she goes, that's 3 books a month, and you're so busy with everything that you do. And she also knows about some side stuff that I have, like my side businesses that don't have anything to do with YouTube. I call it my side stuff, but it actually is kind of time consuming. And she was like, I don't even know how you read 1 book a month. And I go, well, I love it, first of all. I said, don't you have things that you love to do? And she was like, yeah, I mean, she was talking about that kind of stuff. But anyway, you know, like, it doesn't seem like it's something, it doesn't seem like it's something I have to do. Now, I have come to terms with the fact that at the point that it feels like it's something that I have to do, I need to really question whether I should be doing it. You know what I mean? On any of my channels. And it doesn't feel like that. It just honestly doesn't feel like that at all. Now, when I was doing my weight loss journey on my so-called healthy life, that channel, it felt like that towards the end, which is why I was like, I need to change this up. And when I changed it over to doing like stories and meditations and stuff, then it just felt right. But before that, it felt really kind of like I was struggling to even like, I didn't even know what I was doing on that. But, you know, I mean, sometimes it takes some work to get to where you want to get to. It doesn't just, like, happen, you know? And there's still things that I want to do at the Peterisms channel that's not there yet. But I'm proud of all of my channels individually. I like what I do on each of my channels, you know? And the fact that people out there like it. I mean, I have people that have literally watched my videos since day 1 of BookTube. Like, literally. I have people that comment on my videos to this day that have watched since, like, day 1 of my very first BookTube video. Like, that is crazy to me. Like Anne-Marie, you know who you are. She's watched, we've talked. She's like watched from literally like day 1. Autumn, I think she's like watched since like day 1. Gaia, I think, has watched since like day 1. There's so many people, you know, like, I don't know, it just is like really means a lot to me. You know, when you have somebody close past to you, I was thinking about this with Alex's friend, you know, they're having this huge celebration of life for him. And when you have somebody close that passes by you, it really makes you reflect upon your own life. Like, in really kind of morbid ways, like, who would show up to my funeral? Would anybody show up to my funeral? Would anybody care? And, I mean, I know in my life there are people that like me. I know I've, you know, done some good work in my life, and there are people that respect me, that would show up to, you know, pay their respects. I have a lot of friends and acquaintances, you know. But, like, I was always the kid that thought nobody liked me. And that kid grew up into this adult that thought that nobody liked me. No matter what. Like, you know what I mean? Like, to this day, it's hard for me to hear compliments because I don't believe them. And I almost kind of like I'm not talking about like compliments like in like comment sections. I'm talking about compliments from like people that I know in my real life. Like, it's hard for me to hear it, especially if it's like a Tanya or an Alex or my sponsor or some of my other close friends, Melissa or whatever, you know, like, it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel weird. Like, I can hear it, but it still feels awkward. But when it's somebody that like I'm associate, like, what do the kids say these days? Associates. It's somebody that I'm just acquaintances with. Like, it almost kind of makes me like, okay, what do they want? You know what I mean? Like, I really, because I'm like, they can't really think that. Like, they can't really think those nice things about me. Like, that is still so programmed into my head. The fact that I have 5 channels, let alone even just one channel, that anybody wants to watch, okay, for whatever reason, and listen to, is just, like, it's sometimes hard for me to wrap my head around, I guess, you know? It's funny, we went out to dinner tonight with Alex's mom, and she's so sweet. Well, I'll tell you about the dinner in a second, but she looked over at me, and she says this to me, like, every time I see her, which is, like, twice a week or once a week, and she looked and she goes, "Are you still doing making YouTube videos?" I was like, I should say, like, no, I just stopped making them all of a sudden. I just decided I wasn't going to make them anymore. I say that all the time on here, like, it baffles my mind, you know, when, like, people just stop making videos. It was weird. I went to Will and RJ's channel, Shep689, and they haven't made a video since the one that I was talking about. And they were really one of the major reasons why I started YouTube, because I watched their videos, like, all the time. And, like, and I know why they stopped their channel was because they got divorced and all this kind of stuff, but, you know, whatever, it is what it is. So then I went to go see, because RJ had a channel called, I think, The Not Adam, and so I went to his channel, and he hadn't made a video in, like, a year. Well, what was interesting was underneath it, there was, like, all these people listed that I used to watch on a regular basis. There were, like, all of these YouTubers, and that I had watched consistently, I had forgotten about. And they were like all group of friends, like they all hung out and stuff for a long time, knew each other, and so like when they would have somebody in a video, like that's how I would be introduced to it. And I think Miles J was part of that Gays of the Week, because he's like the only one that is still around doing videos, and I'm like, this is crazy. Like, not one of them, I went to each of their channels and they hadn't posted a year, 2 years. And literally their last videos that they all posted were things like, just random videos. I mean, it wasn't like I'm taking a break from YouTube. And I'm like, how can YouTube be like, I just really, like, being in the thick of it now, where I talk to people all the time about it, I read the comments, you know, it's like, okay, I'm going to vlog now, or, you know, I want to have my video up by such and such time, you know, like, I don't understand how all of a sudden you just one day go, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I really do not understand it for the life of me. It just baffles my mind. And I was, oh, it's going to stop, hold on. And I was looking at these channels, and some of them were people that had consistently uploaded for like 5 years. I don't know, I think a lot of it too is that I came on it older, right? So, you know, like, most of everything that I wanted to do in my life, I've done. Like, I mean, I have a lot of bucket list stuff, but, you know, here's the thing. I don't know how to say this in a way that it's not going to sound depressing to some people, because to me it isn't. Like, I love to travel. I love to travel with my husband. You know, I hope that we get to travel to some of the coolest places in the world and that we can experience that together. But you know what? Seriously, if I lived in our condo, now the Florida place, I do want to have a Florida place, but I mean, in all honesty, if we couldn't you know, afford it at some point, and we just decided that we were going to stay in this condo forever, and, you know, we couldn't even really travel, and we just laid out by the pool in the summers and hung out with our friends in the winters and the fall, and you know what I mean. And I made videos, and I did laundry, and I wrote books, and I hung out with the dogs and whatever, and like went on dates with my husband. Like, I would be completely content with that. Like, absolutely completely content with that. Like, I've done enough in my life that I don't have this drive to like do this, do that, do this, do that, do this. Like, do I want to experience new things? Yes, I do. That's why I went to LA to like do the collabs with YouTubers, because when I started YouTube, when I watched YouTube, everybody was collabing, and I thought that was so cool, you know? I would do it again in a heartbeat. I loved that experience. But like, I don't have a need to be like in LA to like drive and have this YouTube career, you know what I mean? And like, I don't know, like and I think that that's how a lot of like younger people get caught up in it. And then it's like, okay, I get to a certain point and then I need to move to LA, because if I don't move to LA, then I can't be an influencer, which when I watched YouTube back in the day, if you started watching YouTube when I did, that word influencer wasn't even around. And so, like, somebody was talking to me the other day, and it was like, they're like, but you are an influencer. And I was like, I cringe at that word. I'm sorry, I just do. And they're like, okay, but if you talk about something, if you hold up, let's say, this fanny pack, right? There's gonna be at least 2 people out there that wanna go buy that fanny pack. Everybody out there's like, nope, I'm not one of them. Not me. But you know, there is some truth to that like, you know, when I show this humongous chapstick, that 10 people wanted to go buy it, right? Because I got messages, people were like, I went and bought them, I went and bought them, I went and bought them. So that is true, but what a phony way to say it, you know? That's for me where it turns into doing something that you love into becoming something that it never was to begin with. And then all of a sudden, it's like, I'm trying to think of an example. I don't even know a comparable example. But it's like people do, I see it happen all the time. I literally see it happen all the time. Uh-oh. I tightened the screws tonight on my camera, so it's like real tight. That camera, that Canon G7X, whatever, Mach 2, that all the YouTubers out there use, which is why I got it. That thing is durable as hell. Okay, but you know, it's like, I see this happen, and I've seen this happen. I've witnessed this what did I say? Anyway, in the past, I've seen this, I've witnessed it, that you see people that are so creative. I feel like to some degree this happened to Christine Seidelko. You see people that are so creative and so individual and authentic and genuine, right? And then they start, because of that, they start getting the views and the subs, and like I said, that feels good. That's validation, right? That's like, you're doing something right. We like you, okay? Or we're watching you because we like something that you're saying or doing or whatever, right? And so then that opens opportunities for them, and then they can go and they can do this, and they can do that, and they can do this. Which, you know, I talk a lot in my, you know, Peter Monn channel about people having egos and being arrogant. Well, it would be hard, you know, when you have everybody telling you how great you are, not to some degree. So anyway, and then these people move up literally like in 6 months. I mean, it's literally from 0 to 6 months. And very rarely do you see a YouTuber that it's taken them like 10 years. Oh, it's the railroad? Oh, I was like, what is coming my way? But it's actually right next to me. It's the train. Do you guys want to hear it? I love the sound of the train. Oh, is it just one little caboose? Oh no. You want to see it? somewhere. You're like, Peter, it's so dark we can't even see it. I know. There's caboose right there. Anyway. I love the sound of a train, don't you? There's a guy that I used to kind of date, and he lived right by a train track, and I always could just like fall asleep in his bed. Oh, God. Okay. So anyway, that's a story for another day. But then you see these people like blow up, right? And then it's like, okay, all of a sudden they're getting all these opportunities and everybody wants to do videos with them and they're getting a lot of attention and everybody loves them, right? And then they start doing all this kind of stuff and then it's like, they change. They become what everybody thinks they should. They become what they think everybody wants of them. Or they start hanging out with people that all kind of act a certain way together. You really see this in the beauty influencer community a lot, actually. I wasn't thinking about the beauty influencer community, but you see it a lot there. And then you have clones of each other, basically, that physically look different, but their opinions are almost all the same. They're all getting the same sponsorships. They're all getting the same brand endorsements. And so over time, you've lost this authenticity and this genuine raw quality that somebody has, a vulnerability, I think. And then you don't want to watch them anymore. And then they wonder what happened, you know, like, well, what happened to my channel? Like, well, what happened to me? Well, you became very much about the business, you know. If you want to see actually a great video about this, go watch Michelle Phan's video. It's called Why I Left YouTube. It's like an animated video. It's so well done. But she talked about that. She talked about that she just wanted to start making videos because she loved makeup and that she just loved everything. Oh, this camera tonight, oh Lord. She just loved everything about it. And then she did it. And then she started making money. And she started making good money. It's been a long time since I've seen it, so I'm just kind of paraphrasing it. But then she wanted to provide for her family. That's all she wanted. So then she started finding herself, and it's really well done, you guys, because it's kind of like, she doesn't say like specifics. It's just like, it's kind of like a cartoon that you would see on like, it's just really whimsical, kind of. It's just very dreamy and whimsical, and it's done very well. But she talks in there about, then she was in these I remember the scene where, the scene in it where she's like in these boardrooms. And this bar, my God, they're all sitting outside. It's so nice. And she's like, and then I found myself in boardrooms talking to people that just wanted me to do, basically just wanted her to do this, this, and this for money. And then it became very, very much about, it became very much about money because she wanted to support her family. And so she had changed into this person. That guy was straight up like looking at me like, why are you filming me? I'm not even filming you, dude, okay? The camera was like on me. You're over there. So then she was like, but I had to make these videos and I had to do these sponsorships and do these things because this was the way that I was gonna make money. And then it became about money because I wanted to support my family. And then I didn't love it anymore. It's so sad, you know? I thought it was such a great video that she did. And I think such an important video. And nobody talks about it. And you know, the truth is this, is it's not just about YouTube. It isn't just about YouTube at all. It's about any industry, I think, that you're in. You know, it's like, take a bar. Like, back in the day when we had our website where we were doing stuff locally, I would see this all the time. You know, I would see guys that had started as doormen, right? Like bouncers. So, because we were friends with, you want to know what's going on in a town. You want to know, like, because we used to run a gossip column about, well, it wasn't, we did like a page 7 kind of thing, or page 6, not page 7, Peter, a page 6 kind of thing on Indianapolis. You want to know the truth about what's going on in any city with the people that go out, and it was never scandalous. We made these people, oh my God, the train's coming the other way. Are you kidding me? Is that good luck or something? Listen. Watch, you can see it come this way, watch. How cool is that? If you want to know the truth, okay, about anybody that's out, or if like you live in New York City and you want to know the truth about people, or if you live in LA and you want to know the truth about celebrities and whatever, ask the bouncers, ask the wait service staff, okay? Ask the maitre d's and the concierges of the hotel, because they're the ones that really know what's going on. They're the ones that know the true story. They're the ones that know how people truly act and truly treat people, okay? And they'll tell you too, with quickness. But, you know, I would see these people that were so nice, and they would bust their butts, you know? And these, especially doormen, okay? So I would see guys that were doormen. They would always start off as doormen. And then they would, you know, at some point, they get to like, they'd be doormen, but then they would be like, and I'm talking over the span of a couple years, 2 or 3 years, they would become like, they would bartend like twice a week. These are like clubs in downtown Indianapolis, not just like bars. And then they would be made like shift bartender. And then they'd be made like head bartender, and then like shift manager. And then before you knew it, they were managing the bar, okay? And by the time that they got to the point where they were managing the bar, their shit did not stink. Like, literally. Like, you could not tell them anything. And they were rude to the people that worked at the door. And it was like, you just were that guy. Like, do you not forget that you just were that guy? You know? So I don't know, and I think the reason why it's a little different as far as me, and maybe it's not, and I've had my moments of arrogance and ego too. I mean, let's just be for real. I've had moments where I've needed to be humbled, you know, and it's been good for me, and it will continue to be good for me my entire life. But you know, I think the reason why it's a little bit different for me, and I'm talking about like younger YouTubers, like, and not drama channels, because I think drama and that kind of stuff, you can kind of do it at any age. But, you know, when you see these people, it's like they start their channels and it's like they're 21 or 22 and they all of a sudden have 50 or 100,000 subscribers. Do you guys like, okay, 50 or 100,000 subscribers really doesn't sound like that many people in the grand scheme of things. But can we just put this in perspective for a second? If you walked into a concert that had 20,000 people in it, like, I say this to my friends all the time. They're like, oh, I only got such and such amount of views on a video. I'm like, okay, if you got 20,000, just imagine 20,000 people sitting in a stadium, okay, forced to sit there and watch your video. If you sat there and 20,000 people were forced to watch your video, like, that's what just happened, right? Some of them may walk out, they'll only watch 2 or 3 minutes, but some of them will sit there for the whole thing. 20,000 people. That's a lot. That's like a Britney Spears concert, okay? That's a lot of people. You know? So, you see people that get to like 50,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, I've got to start doing things differently. You know, I've got to take this seriously. I've got to move to LA. This move to LA thing, well, first of all, I don't care if I was the biggest movie star in the entire world. I just don't. I've always felt this way. And if I was going to be a movie star, I would want to be of like the Sam Shepard, Jessica Lange kind, living on a ranch farm in Missouri. Or, you know, like Sissy Spacek, or... That's who I would want to be, you know? And when roles came to me that I really wanted to take... Do you love how I've, like, played this out in my head? Like I'm some Oscar-winning actor. I'm not. But can you just... Oh, I took my necklace off. I was going to show you my necklace. My cheapie. But then I looked for a gold coin necklace forever. Oh, do I have them in my car? We went to this vintage store the other day. Oh, my God, we do. Oh, no, we don't. We don't. But you know what I do have? Oh, yes, I do. They're back there. Oh, shoot. I can't reach it. Can I get it from the other side? No, I can't. Well, I bought these little charms at this vintage store we went to the other day. They're basically what I was looking for with no necklace. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I found this. But anyway, yeah, I mean, like I play this out in my head, but like not realistically. I mean, I know it's not gonna happen. Well, maybe. I mean, who knows? Life is short, right? But life is short, but you never know what's going to happen. I could get a call next week and somebody could say, Peter, we would love to have you in this movie. You're perfect for the role. And I would read it and I would be like, oh my God, this is Oscar worthy. And I only have 3 lines. And then I get nominated for Best Supporting Actor. in this role that was like literally made for me. And then I think my mom, God, and the wolf pack, and my husband, and my good Judy Tanya. Not in that order, though. But, you know, don't we all kind of play that out a little bit on whatever it is we want to win or be famous for? Anyway, probably not. I'm probably the only one crazy person out there. But anyway, no, I think it like starts getting to people's heads, and then they're like, well, I mean, I've heard people say this before, you know, like, well, I need to move to LA because I would have more opportunities in LA. Like what? Higher rent, there's an opportunity. Like the highest rent in the country, there's the opportunity right there, okay? So that you can get brand deals that you can get through email. You don't have to live in LA to be a YouTuber. I don't understand why people don't get this. The only thing it really does for you is helps with collabs with other people that live in LA. Period. And while I think that's fantastic, because if you do a video with somebody else, their audience is going to find you and your audience is going to find them. But I've had a couple people that have reached out to me and have done collabs, and I've like, well, what do you think that we should do? And they're like, I don't know, just sit down and talk. And I'm like, what? Okay, like, sure. But, like, maybe we need to have a little direction. And they're like, no, we can just sit down and talk. I'm like, okay. And then it never follows through. Man, LA is a flaky city. It really is. I couldn't live there. I just couldn't. It was interesting because I said in one of my videos that I did about, like, the drama, surrounding the drama again in 2019, I said something to the effect, oh, no. It wasn't that video, actually. It was when I was talking about Trisha Paytas ghosting and Nikocado Avocado. And I said in there that that is actually kind of a YouTube thing, that like a lot of YouTubers do that. And I had like 10 people comment on my video and they say that never happens, that is not a YouTube thing, blah, 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 whatever, okay? You could go back and watch my vlogs from Los Angeles. Do you guys remember me talking about it? I'm like literally... I had like 7 people, 6 people, 1 maybe, 6 definites, okay? Definites. 1 that told me they would while I was there. And this did, I'm not talking about Trisha Paytas. She has nothing to do with this because she told me, well, the first one at the very end, she was like, hey, how long are you going to be in LA? And I was like, I'm leaving tomorrow. And but anyway. And the last one, and this was not anything, like I didn't say to these people, hey, I want to do a collab with you. They weren't pitying me. It was nothing like that. It was people that I reached out to and I was like, hey, I'm going to be in LA. I just wanted to let you know, if you're free, maybe I could take you out to a cup of coffee sometime. I'd love to meet you. If not, you know, I totally understand, no obligation. I said that literally to almost every single one of them. There were 6 people, 7 was the maybe, they didn't know their schedule. That 7th person did get back to me and say they couldn't do it because they were going to be out of town, which I think they were not out of town. But anyway, it doesn't matter. 6 people told me, yes, we'll do it, and we'll do it on these days, and these are the days I have free. Call me in the morning, and we'll do that. And that was kind of how it was. It was really weird. Like, the Psychic Twins and Amelia Fart were the only 2 that were like, before I even flew out there, this is the time, this is the day, this is where the address is. Like, those were the only 2 that were like that. The rest of them were like, yeah, Tuesday's really good. Call me Tuesday morning and we'll figure out a time. And then I would call them Tuesday morning as soon as I got up, and I'd be like sitting there in the hotel room, especially for like the first trip, and I looked at Alex and I was like, I don't know that this is gonna happen. And he was like, well, what are you gonna do? And I was like, we can go hang out and do something. You know, I'm not gonna sit around this hotel room all day long and wait for somebody. And, out of the 6, I think 2 actually responded to me and told me that the 7th person said that they couldn't do it. And they actually got back to me like within my first day there. 2 of the people, I knew it probably wasn't going to happen. But they said that they were really, really busy. But they at least got back to me, you know, and they communicated with me kind of after the fact, but it was still while I was out there. It wasn't while I was gone. And so I was like, that's cool, you know. But the other people, I mean, literally, like, ghosted. ghosted. Like, hey, do this, what are you gonna bring? Are you gonna bring your fans? Like, let's talk about this, we can meet at my place, blah, 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 whatever. Yeah, Wednesday, that's good, or whenever it was, you know? And like, literally, and then I'm like, hey, yeah, thanks, okay, can't wait. You know, and now let me make this very, very clear so that nobody goes and makes 100 videos about it. I did not come out there for that. My first trip out there was for the Psychic Twins, period, end of story, okay? If any other collabs happened, I was happy about it. But I went out there specifically for the sole reason of just doing that collab. But I was like, if I'm gonna be out there, then I'm gonna plan some other collabs. And if they happen, they happen. If they don't, they don't. Because I'm old enough to kind of know that I think like, industry's kind of flaky anyway. I'd already kind of experienced some of that. The second time out that I went out there, I went specifically for the Amelia Fart video, and I literally thought I was only going to be there a day and then fly out. I ended up staying 2 days because I was like, I don't want to be that. I think I stayed 2 nights because I was like, I don't want to be that rushed. But that was the only thing. And I ended up doing the Trisha video. That was a complete fluke. Like, I had no plans that was going to happen whatsoever. Like, I was trying to get her together with Amelia, and then Shane was like, hey, like, I'm going to have Amelia over here, where you were trying to do something with her too, and there was like this whole mix-up conversation, and I was like, don't even worry about it, I've got plans tonight, I'm going to meet with Trisha tomorrow morning. And he was like, oh, okay, well, it all works out fine then. And I was like, yeah. So that was a complete fluke. But I mean, there are some people that, like, I was supposed to, like, meet up with and do a video. I mean, like, I have not heard from this day, you guys. And I haven't, like, listen, I am not that person. I have not texted them and been like, you're an ass. I mean, I just let it go. Like, when I didn't hear from them and I said, hey, I'm here, let me know what day works good for you, and I didn't hear back from them, that was it. I didn't text them anymore. I just was like, it's not a good fit for them. They don't want to do it, you know? But I have a feeling that happens all over the, you know, entertainment industry. I've had friends of mine that were models. I've had friends of mine that were actresses, and like pretty serious ones too. And they would tell me, like, you never talk about a project, or you never talk about like a booking that you got until like after it's happened, or you're at it, because if you do, it won't fall through. Like, it's kind of like, you know what I mean? So you don't sit there and say something. And I have made that mistake in the past, because I've gotten excited about stuff that I thought was going to happen, and then it didn't end up happening, but it's whatever. It was at 23 minutes. I couldn't believe it. Have I talked that long tonight, you guys? Oh my God. The whole YouTube stuff is very interesting to me. And, you know, in all honesty, like, if one of those 4 people reached out to me and said, like, hey, like, you know, I don't even care what excuse they made. If they said, like, listen, I was like, you know what I mean? I flew to France for the night or whatever. I wasn't here when you texted me before. You want to meet up this time? And I'd be like, yeah. And if they ghosted me again, I'd just be like, okay, that's just, you know, that's the industry, I guess. Like, I wouldn't get bent out of shape about it. I know there's people that are watching this and they're like, he's so upset about it. You can tell he's saying he's not upset about it, but he's really upset about it. No, like, I really am not. Like, I feel pretty blessed that I got to do 2 things that I thought were really cool, other than, well, 3. Other than that, you know, all the rest was extra. So. Oh, that's not true. Loie Lane and I, we kind of planned it. I joked with her, though. She's not a great texter. Like, I mean, but she did confirm it. Like, before I came out there, I was just like, hey, are, like, we definitely doing this? Because I was trying to arrange the dates that I was going to do the Psychic Twins. And she was like, yeah, we can do, like, I think we did that one Monday. And she was like, I'm available all day Monday. And then we ended up doing it late. And that was fun. She was sweet. You know, I'm not somebody that likes to be super intrusive too. And then I did the Thomas Halbert one, and that was so easy. Like, I reached out to him while I was out there, and he was like, yeah, if you guys want to just come over. He was like, I'm just hanging out with my, the time he had like a team of people, and this woman was over there. He's like, I'm just hanging out with her if you guys want to just stop by. And I was like, well, do you want to just like hang out and get dinner? Do you want to like do a video? What do you want to do? I was like, I don't really care. And he was like, yeah, we can do a video. It was so funny. But that was so funny because we went over there and like we walked in the door and he's literally like hanging halfway off the couch, eating like a bag of tortilla chips, and his, I don't know what she was, I don't know what her role was, but she was super cool, and her and Alex just like hit it off like that. And she was like his videographer, but like she came up with his ideas and helped him with PR and marketing and stuff too. I don't think she works for him anymore. I could be wrong. I don't know. But anyway, I haven't talked to him since. So, but she... Have I not? I don't know. I may have texted him or something. Oh, he put that video out the other day, and I texted him about that and said I was really glad that he was getting help. So many people have asked me to make a video about that. That's like some serious mental health stuff. I'm not making a video about that. I'm not doing that. So anyway, but I texted him about that, and I said, hey, just thinking of you, and I'm glad that you're getting some help. But anyway, oh, and somebody had said, like, you should make a video about this on Twitter, and he liked it. And so I was like, if you want me to make a video about it, just draw attention to it, to talk about mental health, I will. But I was trying to be sensitive, so. Anyway. But he was super nice, and he was so funny, and like we walked in, I think like Alex didn't know what to think. His apartment was beautiful, and I don't think that Alex like really knew what to think. Alex kind of like taking in this apartment, and then this like kid like hanging off this couch, and there's like this dry erase board with all these ideas on it, and she's like sitting on this like IKEA stool, and she's like, Thomas. It just was kind of a funny scene. So anyway. That was cool though to see his beauty room, I will say that. Because I haven't been in anybody else's beauty room. Do you know what I mean? Like where they film, they do the beauty influencer videos and stuff. I haven't seen anybody else's. So to see his, which is like literally all of this makeup and stuff, it was a mess. And he knew it was, I think I said it on the video, I said, this is a mess in here. And he was like, I know I need to clean it. But it was kind of cool because you see in videos, but it looks completely different, you know, when you're sitting there. That's the kind of stuff that's cool to me, like the background scene, you know, of it all. And like Lois was like that too. Like, you know, I watch her videos and she'll sit there on the couch and talk, you know, and do videos. And it's like, I sat on that couch, or like Trisha's kitchen floor. That looks completely different than it does in person. Like, I mean, when you see in video, the way you imagine it in video, I was just thinking about that like 2 days ago. She put up a video and she was sitting on the kitchen floor. And I was like, it doesn't even look like the same place. Like, it doesn't even, I don't know how to explain it to you, but it's like, how I imagine that to look is not how it looks at all. You want to talk about a gorgeous apartment, though. She's got a gorgeous apartment. But, yeah, everybody was really, really nice. They were so nice. Other than the people that ghosted me. But I don't, like, it is what it is, you know? But I had a great time. I kind of almost had more fun, like, minus the collabs. Well, the first time, because we met up with all of Alex's girlfriends out there that used to live with Sarah, that was really fun, like going out to dinner with them and all that kind of stuff. But the second time was really fun. I would do it again, and I would have a little bit more free time. I liked hanging out in the hotel. God, that bed was so comfortable. And just kind of going spur of the moment, like that was really fun for me. I literally, you guys, I almost... Like, Rich Lux has been asking me to, like, come out to DragCon with him. He's like, just come to DragCon, come to DragCon, RuPaul's DragCon. And I was going to, I was, like, really thinking about it. And then, if Alex's friend hadn't passed, I probably would have, and just gone out there from, like, Friday to Monday or something. But it's not a good time to go. I feel bad, you know. I'm not going to leave Alex in the middle of all of that. He's really struggling with all of it. So anyway, speaking of my husband, I will tell you my day. I got a coffee. What did I do? My day was boring. I don't know. But we went out to dinner tonight for Alex's Tia Jackie's birthday. And her husband Ed, they've been in my vlog before. He like arranged the whole thing. It was a surprise. And we went to Ocean Prime, which is like this steak, like, you know, a nice steakhouse. I think it's like a franchise. I think they have them other places. So I was like, Alex is like, what are you gonna get? What are you gonna do? What is this? And I was like, well, I'm gonna eat what I want to eat tonight because the rest of the week it doesn't really matter because I'm going to be eating, you know, strictly on my thing anyway. So I'm going to, you know, get a wedge salad. I won't eat the whole thing and, you know, whatever. So I got a wedge salad, no bacon. It had a different kind of dressing on it, though. It had, like, blue cheese crumbles, which I left mostly on the side. And then it had, like, this vinegar, the kind of creamy vinaigrette, but not so much. It was good. And then I got a twice-baked potato, but I didn't eat, like, I only ate, like, a fourth of it. And let me tell you why. Because, first of all, they brought it out. I looked at the guy. I said, okay, I want a twice-baked potato, but I don't really want anything else on it because I didn't want all the side, you know, things that would make it a lot more fattening than it already was. And I said, and I'm a vegetarian, so I can't have any bacon on it. And he goes, okay. He looked right at me. So they brought out a twice-baked potato with bacon, tons of bacon on it. And I just looked at it. I was like, this happened when we went there on Valentine's Day. I think that happened. I just was real put out, and our waiter was kind of rude to us, and I just kind of looked at Ed a couple times. I was like, do you feel like he's being kind of rude? Like, did we do something? He was like, no, but then his attitude completely changed around. It was weird. He was kind of like flirting with Alex's mom a little bit. So it was Ed and Jackie, and then Ed's mom who was here visiting, and then it was Alex's mom, and then her mother, and then Alex and I. And let me just tell you at the end, and this is when I knew that was going to happen. Let me just tell you at the end when this guy kind of turned it around a little bit. So Alex's mom, are you ready for this? Because she wanted to make it so, well, first of all, she walks in late, okay? So her and Jackie, like, hug each other. It's like in the middle of this telenovela in this restaurant, and everybody's looking at him. It was kind of cute, though. And they're all like, oh my God. They're like bawling. Okay, they literally see each other every day, right? And I looked at Alex, I go, why are they crying? He goes, I have no idea. And Ed is laughing, right? And they're literally like, oh, like crying, like, because it's Jackie's birthday and how happy she is. And then Hungria hands Jackie this gift. Oh my God, it was hilarious. So I just love my family so much. So anyway, then she's got this other bag, and Jackie's like, well, what is this? Well, she brought flan. Alex's grandma had flan, it's flan. She had made flan, okay? Which if you've never had it, is like this fantastic, it's made from like cream. So anyway, but like Alex's grandma makes the most incredible flan in the entire world. It's like it's all their favorites, right? So she brought it, and I'm like, oh, this is not going to go over. And I'm thinking to myself, this is not going to go over well, right? That we are in this upscale steakhouse, and she wants to serve this flan up in their house, or up in their restaurant, right? With this rude-ass waiter. So at the end, we're all sitting there, and she brings out the flan. She has like in a bag, in a metal container, and it now needs to be flipped over into this glass dish that she's brought, okay? And then she wants it served around the table, and she also wants to sing Feliz Cumpleaños to Jackie, okay? So we're all sitting there, and I'm like just sitting there, and I have gotten really good in my life to just kind of letting things go, right? Just being how they are. And so I'm like, this is going to be interesting. And Ed's like, I'm not telling the waiter. He goes, Alex, she's your mom. You can tell the waiter. And so the waiter comes, and Hungria's trying to keep the whole thing a secret from Jackie, but Jackie's already seen it. And so she's like, tells like Alex and Ed, oh, she and Jackie go to the bathroom. She's like, make sure it's all set up when I come back. Because she didn't want to do it. So the waiter comes out, and he's like, what's going on, blah, 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 whatever. And Ed was like, we have this flan that my mother-in-law made, and she's wanting to serve it around. And the guy was like, oh yeah, no problem. He was like, I'll bring you some plates. And so he brought plates out, and like this knife and stuff, and then they couldn't get the flan out upside down because it was still like fresh. So Alex's grandma like worked it with a knife, and perfect flan, okay, on this glass plate. We sang. Everybody stared at us while we were singing all these songs, but it was hilarious and it was fun. And then she blew out a little candle on it. We cut it all up. Everybody had a piece. And then Hungria insisted that the waiter have a piece of it. You could tell he had no desire to have a piece of this cake, but he was really, Alex looked at me, I said, he goes, he's not gonna eat that cake, he's gonna go throw it away back there. And I go, yeah, that was kind of a polite way of saying no thank you. Because he was like, oh, I can't wait to go back there and share it with the rest of the staff. That's what he said. So literally, he comes back 2 minutes later, right? Like literally, total mood reversal, and looks at Hungria, and he's like, one of our waiters is from Venezuela. He's Venezuelan. And, oh, because he had asked us something about, like, oh, where's Flan from or something, and Alex's mom was explaining that, like, you know, they were Venezuelan and whatever. So he comes back out, like, 2 minutes later, and he's like, one of our waiters is Venezuelan. He had a bite and said it was, like, the best flan he's ever had, and he wants to come out here and talk to you guys for a couple minutes. Is that okay? And they're like, oh, yes, I'm good. So he comes out, and he talks to everybody, and he was really friendly, this young kid. He was really nice. And it totally made their night, and it just was fun. You know, it's just like fun family with everybody tonight. So that's what we did. And then I came back, and Alex was really tired. And so he laid in bed with the dogs. Oh, now we bathe our dogs about every 2 to 3 weeks. Well, not each of them every 2 to 3 weeks, but when they need it. Boo Radley had just been bathed, okay? I mean, not just, but last week. And didn't need it. Now, our vet has told us with longer hair dogs that you don't want to bathe them all the time because the natural oils in their skin are good for them. Check with your vet. That's a true story. So anyway, because at first I was like, well, I don't know. But anyway, we have this big tub in our basement, like in between our washer and dryer. Do you guys have one of those? So it's real easy to wash our dogs. Boo Radley does this thing where I'm like running late, okay, to get dressed, take a shower, all this kind of stuff tonight. Alex is on his way home. He's like, I gotta take a quick shower, and then I gotta change, and then I'm gonna get ready to go out to dinner, blah, 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 with my, you know, with everybody. So like, can you like hurry? And I was like, yeah, I'll have it all done. So I'm taking the dogs out after I fed them and stuff like that, and I look, and Boo Radley does this thing where he like picks a point on the ground and he looks, and then he rolls in it, okay? And he like rolls back, and he loves it. I don't know what it is, but he loves it. Well, today, Mr. Boo Radley thought it would be real cute to roll in goose poop, okay? So here it is. I'm running late. Got to get all this stuff done. Alex is on his way home, and I go out there, and he kept on picking this specific spot. So I like went out there. I said, Boo Radley, I said, come over here. He'll just stop and look at me, and then he'll like dash for the door because he knows I go, Boo Radley, come over here. And he came over. He was like hunched down, and then he was trying to dash for the door, and I had the door closed. And so he went to the door, and he just kind of stood there. And I said, Boo Radley, have you been rolling in poop? And so I picked him up, and I could see it on like his back because it was like that green goose poop. And I go, oh, Boo Radley. So then I had to bring them in. He didn't know what was going on, and I had to wash him. Out of all three of them, Tucker loves to be bathed. PP doesn't mind it, but it's not PP's favorite thing. Boo Radley hates to be bathed. He hates it. Poor guy. So he got a bath tonight. He's all fresh and clean, and we have this new dog shampoo that Alex got. It smells so good. It's kind of, somebody like gave it to him as a gift. It's like some fancy kind, and it's got some fancy brand name, but it smells really good. So Boo Radley got washed tonight. He was real excited. Tucker stood at the door and cried the whole time because he didn't know what was going on. I cleaned out so much stuff in the basement. I've gotten rid of I haven't gotten rid of any of it because I've got to get bags to take it places. But I have like a bunch of winter coats that I'm gonna donate. If there's clothes in the basement, I've gone through it. I've got a box and a half of winter stuff, sweaters. Everything summer that I had that I decided I was gonna keep, I've washed, which is like 5 pairs of shorts, a couple bathing suits, and t-shirts. I've got that in like a box because I think I'll be able to fit into that by the end of the summer. And then I've got a bunch of other stuff. I have a couple pairs of corduroy pants that I want to cut off and make shorts out of. And so that basement is slowly but surely getting turned around. Slowly but surely. Don't call me Shirley. So, well, y'all, I said that this was going to be a short vlog, and it's not. I think it's well over an hour at this point. Well, not well over an hour, but I think it's over an hour. So I'm going to finish it up here. We have tomorrow Not really a whole lot. We have marriage counseling in the afternoon. I think this is going to be our last marriage counseling session tomorrow. Because he's supposed to be done at the end of this month. And he's only doing Saturdays now. So tomorrow he's like supposed to definitely have a name for us. He was supposed to the last time, but he didn't. So tomorrow we have that at 3 o'clock. And then I think that's about it. And then Alex is going to the race early on Sunday. So he'll probably go to bed super early tomorrow night. I don't know what I'll do. I'll have the book club on Sunday. Just hang out, make videos, read. I'm gonna read this weekend. Work on the patio. That's something I can do, is work on the patio this weekend. Work on the basement. Sleep in. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a fantastic Memorial Day weekend. I hope you're having a great Saturday and an amazing Saturday, unless you have other plans. Is it like foggy? No. And it probably was, I'm sorry. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Tell it to yourself in the mirror every day, more than once. Pass it on to somebody else. Tell somebody else. Tell somebody how important they are to you. Write a letter. Tell them. We don't write letters as much as we used to anymore, do we? I miss letter writing. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.